So I'm back, which begs the question, why was I away? Well, to be honest, I gained weight. And the reason I gained weight is because I developed a what the F kind of attitude, which is not a good attitude. Basically, I had a camping trip, which kind of didn't count. So, you eat extra food at camping just because you do. And it's camping food. And then I had about 3 weeks off with another camping trip. Well, this one people were cooking for me and good food, and too much of it. Actually, way too much of it. And so I ate way too much. And so when last we left, I was getting ready to go on that second trip. And I went on that second trip and ate way too much. I mean, I told myself that I should limit myself. But I didn't. Part of the reason, and this is an excuse, it's not a reason, it's really an excuse, is the camp was less well attended than usual. That didn't stop them from making a lot of food. So there was maybe 20 people there and they had food for 50. So I had too much food. I should have just, you could have taken one serving, but I took like 2 or 3. Not a good plan. So anyway, I found myself having gained a lot of weight. Then I felt a bit disheartened since then, and I didn't want to make another video where I'm just being oh poor me, because I'm not really an oh poor me kind of person. I might feel it, but I'm not going to say it. So oh poor me, I guess, is what happened. And a bunch of other stuff happened, unexpected expenses, unexpected lack of money coming in, and just not feeling good about myself or my situation. But I decided I had to stop, and I'm going to put a little shout out to Platinum Wins. That's just his nom de plume, shall we say. He reached out to me, asked me what was up, and I appreciate that a lot. A couple other people noticed my weight loss who hadn't mentioned it before, because it's a lot on my face. I used to have a very chubby face, and now I have less of a chubby face. Anyway, so I decided to get back on the saddle, as it were. So this is me getting back on the saddle. Like I said, I had 2 weeks which I kind of consider freebie weeks, one of which I went way too overboard. I had some just mostly financial stress going on in my life, and not having good food around to eat, and not really feeling like eating the good food, because it's bad food's easier. It really is. You have to think to eat well, eat properly. It's easy to be mindless and just eat whatever. So I'm back on it, back onto a lot of the protein stuff. I do have protein shakes. I have enough to last for a while. I do have tuna that's probably going to run out at some point, but I can buy some more. I also have some salmon, and I have some canned chicken, so I can use that. And I have some tilapia, but not a lot. So I've got to make it to the end of the month, because that's when I have more money. But up until then, I'm like relying on my reserves of food, which I do have. Anyway, so life happens, and discouragement happens. And I've decided what I'd like to do, because I noticed someone else reached out to me and said that I had inspired them, and I appreciate that as well. And I'm not going to mention any names, because I only know their person's real name, and I don't want to mention a real name, but thank you for telling me that. It made me feel honored, and a bit, taken aback, that wow, I've done something positive. So, and another friend, who he is working on losing weight, he's doing a lot of walking and stuff. He also has a lot of money issues, so he may be having difficulty eating well, eating properly, I guess I should say. But he announced how much he's at, so I said we're going to do a little race, he and I, to 300 pounds. No stakes. We couldn't even afford stakes if we had them. Just like, let's see who can get there first. So anyway, on with the show. Let's provide an update at the end of the week. This is currently Tuesday, I will let you know what's happened at the end of the week and give you a better idea of where I was and where I am. So please, again, as always, now that I'm back, if you find this educational, inspirational, or entertaining, give it a thumbs up. If you are on a similar journey and feel that my journey can help explain your journey, please feel free to share. If you know someone who is on a similar journey and you think maybe seeing me on this journey will help them, or at least let them know they're not alone, then please also share. And in the comments, let me know your journey. How are you doing? What are you doing? Do you have days when you need that encouragement, or weeks when you need that encouragement? It's not easy. I mean, I'll tell you, last night I went through as you go when you start a new diet, I went through the night of hunger. I was like hungry in bed. I was like, nope, just got to make it through the night. And then I was made it through the night, I was fine. But you know, usually the first couple days, your body's getting used to it, and then it's going, okay, that's fine, this is the new routine. So, I'm back on it, and the simple basics again, it's low carb and low calorie. Really simple. I'm not a doctor, I'm not providing medical advice, I'm telling you what I am doing. Low calorie is basic. Your body needs a certain amount just to like run on idle. That's roughly around 2,500 calories. It's not a lot, but that's just to simply exist. So you go below that, you're burning your reserves, which is what you want to do. And then the reason for protein and not carbs is that carbs, chemically speaking, can convert to fat and protein can't. The basic components in carbohydrates are the same as hydrocarbons, and fat is a hydrocarbon. So you just rearrange everything in a carbohydrate, and you get fat, basically. Proteins, you can't do that. So yes, that's my advice based on the advice I've been given. If you get different advice from a medical practitioner or whoever, feel free to take their advice. Like I said, I'm not a doctor. I'm just a dude trying to lose weight. So, on with the show. Well, so I'm not going to bother with how much I lost this week because I didn't lose anything this week. Literally stayed the same. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about where I was and where I'm going. I already went over why I was gone for a month. So the lowest I got on my journey was 371. The journey official weigh-in was at 551, although I know I have actually been heavier in my life. So currently it's 391, which means from my lowest I gained 20 pounds. So whatever. Let's get back on the horse, as they say. Nothing much else to add. My dear Keurig has passed on to a better place. It just stopped providing the correct amount of coffee. It was giving me like 2-ounce servings, and I did all of the fixes I looked up online, the easy fixes other than taking it apart and all that other weird stuff, and it just wouldn't do it. So I am back to good old drip brew coffee because I still had a drip brew coffee maker. So anyway, cheers for the coffee. Welcome back to you. Welcome back to me. And let's just stick to it, you know? Dust yourself off and get back on the horse, as they keep saying, even if it's not a horse. But that's the news. Not a great start, but you know, let's see how it goes next week, and then we'll just keep going week by week by week by week. And thank you again for tuning in.